Ladies and gentlemen, what is good? Renee Box Young, man. You already know we're going live with my sidekick, LaVar. You already know what it is, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support. You know what I mean? Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, and just talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed fashion, in a mature fashion. Take the hate somewhere else. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all know what this is here at Renee Box Young. Doing new things, man. Definitely, man. And, I've been just chopping it up, with my sidekick, LaVar, man, throughout the week. We're just, excited. We're just excited. You know what I mean? Kurt, we had a wonderful show, with Bruce and Kurt the other day. And just as Kurt, the historian, salute to our guy, how he's excited. They just go off on the history of the sport of boxing. And we just simply listen, tune in to the OGs, break it down, and I love it, and he expressed his excitement. We're all excited about, the sport of boxing because we love the sport of boxing. We're excited about it. We're excited about life. We're excited about how we can get together, what I'm saying, a couple times throughout the week, once or twice a week, go live and just discuss and break down, man, the sport of boxing. And it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. We got some things to talk about today. You know what I mean? I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's doing safe. You know what I'm saying? We're in February already, halfway, whatever, through February 2021. And, I've been enjoying boxing. Last week, you know what I'm saying? It was just packed. Last Saturday, you know what I'm saying, was packed with the sport of boxing. Chain with Ice, I see you, man. Thank you so much for jumping in. Man, Chain with Ice Chain with Ice threw a message like at 9 a.m, bro. He's like, like 45 minutes ago, whatever time you're tuning in. He's like, about that time again. Heck yeah, Chain with Ice. I thank you so much. Boricua Zionist Nation. I see you, family. Thanks so much, dude. Thank you so much, dude, for jumping in, man. I really appreciate you. And I reiterate, for new listeners, if there are any new viewers, go ahead and like and subscribe and share, man. We're just going to chop up the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? We're doing new things. Sounds like I'm repeating myself, but, I just want to emphasize that clearly. I want to make that clear for the new listeners. You know what I'm saying? We're doing new things here, man. Take the hate somewhere else. We ain't got time for that. No time for that. You know what I'm saying? No energy for that. I ain't got time for that. But, that's how we're doing here, man. We just love it. Love the community. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You know what I mean? LaVar, how you doing this morning, man?
Hey, what's going on, Renee? I'm doing great, man. How about yourself, brother?
I'm good, bro. I got my coffee here. I started to, at the corner convenience store. I usually buy, as I mentioned before in some lives, I usually drink espresso, mocha cappuccino, espresso, medium size. But a couple days ago, I started changing to large. Heck yeah, man, large size. I got my coffee here ready to go. Nice and hot in this beautiful cold morning in February, man. It's beautiful. How's the weather, man? Is it warming up over there or is it still cold?
It's still cold, man, and it's raining again today, man. So it's supposed to rain today and tomorrow. So it is what it is, man.
Man, it was raining. It was raining the last live, wasn't it? That was fun. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it was raining the last live too, man. That over there.
Yeah, man. It stopped for a day. Matter of fact, the next day it reached 67 degrees, right?
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay, it was, fairly warm. And then the next day it went right back cold and rainy, bro.
Right back down. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is here.
Yeah, right back down.
We've been having like a cold front down here. It's just been cold, dude. I go on my motorcycle to work. I mean, I got a car too, but I just take a motorcycle. I like going out, feeling the wind on my face. There's something about, I don't know if you guys ride bikes or anything like that, motorcycles, but there's something about, riding a motorcycle, out in the wind, fresh air. I just love it, bro. I don't know why. I just love something about that. Something about, just enjoying it, and freezing cold. But I'm real, I got my jacket, sweater on. I'm real covered up well. So, I mean, but yeah, it's been cold down here. We've been getting a cold front and it's been quite cold. Ricky E245. What's going on, family? How you doing, bro? Man, thanks so much for jumping in. We're going to chop up boxing. Heck yeah.
Salute
what it
the
is.
Whole chat. Salute. Let's get it. Let's get cooking this morning.
Heck yeah, man. We're going to do it, man. Tone Brown, I see you, family. Man, y'all are jumping in. I really appreciate you, each and every one of you, man. Thank you so much. And I reiterate one more time before we get into this talk, man. We're going to chop up boxing. We're going to chop up some recent developments in the sport of boxing. And obviously, we're going to break down Berchelt versus Valdez. Oh, my gosh. Man. This is, I got to say, LaVar, I got to say it again. I've been saying it, it just depends on our focus. Obviously, there are things that are not favorable in the sport of boxing, but at the same time, there are some just great fights, man. Last week was so packed. I didn't have time to see everything. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it. We chopped it up with our post-fight reaction earlier this week with Kurt. Yeah, with Kurt and Bruce. I'm excited about the sport. What about you, LaVar?
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. You know, we're finally getting some of the fights that we've been asking for. Some, not all, some, and it's in the lower weight division. You know, and I can't wait. I can't wait for Brockus and McCaskill. I'm waiting for that one. I love watching women fight. So I'm excited, man. I couldn't catch all the boxing matches this past weekend. You know, especially the ones that was on the Zone. But I was able to catch a few, so I'm excited, man.
Bro, and I think there were more yesterday on Showbox, man. I didn't have time to see it, man. I was busy. Yeah.
I caught the end of the main event. I know that shout out to Reggie Owens out there. He was doing commentary on the fights last night, but I caught like round 8 of the main event, and I was like, "Whoa, man, there's nothing to talk about here because I didn't catch the whole fight." So
right,
but other than that, man, I'm ready for this weekend. We got AB fighting this weekend, man. It's going to be tremendous.
Let's talk about that first, bro. Let's get that down. So Adrian Broner, I recently talked about it with the live with Kurtis Anderson and Bruce Goes. I think it was a Saturday. I don't remember. I don't even remember. It was recently, like a month ago, and or I don't know when it was, but it was recent. And I pushed a video about it. You know, I pushed the video about it on Adrian Broner, and you know him having an interview with Custer. You know, salute to Custer, Mr. Custer. He has his YouTube channel now and pushing it. You know, Adrian Broner, man, we've heard it time and time again with him. Let's just lay a foundation on this guy. You know, he has his great trajectory in the sport of boxing. We cannot take anything away from him. You know what I'm saying? As far as his accomplishments, he has amazing skills. You know what I mean? It's just that ever since it seems like when he lost to Maidana years ago, he started going downhill. You know, it seems like the party life, that fast life, you know, that living outside of the ring has really caught up to him around that time, and he just started going downhill. One of the things that, but I cannot take away anything from his legacy as far as, you know, before that, before he started losing, before all that, before people started saying, if he just lets his hands go, you know what I'm saying? Before we even heard that, Adrian Broner, man, amazing fighter. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing to take away from that, you know, but now he's talking, you know, recently that, you know, and we've been seeing it in social media, whatever. According to what we see, at least, looks like he's not drinking. He stopped drinking months ago. He's training. Said he's going to really have his head in the game now. Said he's really taking things serious when it comes to his life and things of that nature. We already know time and time again he has had lawsuits, problems with the law, gone to jail, you know, multi-million-dollar lawsuits, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't know. I don't pay attention to the numbers. Last I checked was he was getting scolded by a judge in court as if a mom was, you know, really laying it down on her kid. That's how it reminded me of, you know, that judge was like, I don't care if you have rich friends. I don't care this and that. I'm tired of this and that and blah, blah, blah. You got to pay up, in other words. So is this, the question here in my mind is this just another fight for Adrian Broner to pay his dues? Is this just another fight, you know, Adrian Broner coming back for a check to pay off his legal fees? Or is he really serious? That's one question I want to talk about first, and then we'll get to another point I want to talk about with Adrian Broner. What do you think about that, LaVar?
Hey, that's a phenomenal question. For me, I think he's serious this time because if he's going into this fight just to collect a paycheck, then nobody else might try to. There might not be a promoter out there that's going to want to try to get him a fight. You know, so this is going to be do or die for AB. It sucks that it took for this to happen to AB because, I mean, AB was a promising star, you know, the things that he's accomplished. You know, I wish he would have, you know, kicked some of the people out of his circle, you know, because, you know, as a champion, man, you know, AB, his circle was like his circle of friends. That's what I'm talking about. You know, he had a lot of friends. You know, sometimes friends, they come and go and they seem like they like to go after, you know, all the money has gone away. So I'm hoping that AB is serious this time. I still think that he can make some noise. And I'm not going to lie, man. I've been giving AB flack over the years, man, because you know that he has talent and he just can't display it. And it was just frustrating seeing him not letting his hands go. And I do understand that El Chino fight. I get it. I understand it. And I wish that somebody could have been back there to inspect the gloves that El Chino had on. But because he did take a lot of punishment. And when Floyd, the incident with Floyd looking at Madonna's gloves, and Garcia was like, well, those are the gloves that he fought AB in. And it was just a whole mess. But I really do believe that AB is serious this time. His circle got smaller. He stays focused, and he still can make noise, man. I would like to see him. I like to see him bounce back and be the OAB, not the one where still be the same AB, but not when asking your pops to brush your hair. You know what I'm saying? Just be a little bit more humble and appreciative, and I believe he'll be right where he needs to be.
And I love this topic because it's important to talk about. For example, what you said about, Adrian Broner, excuse me, and his team. To a certain extent, it's hard. It's a perplexing thing, but like for Adrian Broner, the accomplishments he has attained in his career before he started, going downhill as far as, messing up, blah, blah, blah. His team and the success he has had, okay? The success he has had. We've seen it time and time again with fighters, Mike Tyson, blah, 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 historically speaking. It's hard. We're seeing it now. LaVar. Check it out with Teofimo Lopez, with Ryan Garcia. I mean, we're seeing it now. Like young fighters, excuse me, who get a lot of success, whether it be social media, whatever the heck you want to call it, okay? But we're, obviously speaking in the sport of boxing. So fighters who get a lot of success in a short period of time at a young age, it's hard to maintain that focus. You know what I mean? And and Adrian Broner became a victim to that. He fell to it. He fell to that and unfortunately, his team, it seems like, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that, but the people around him, seems like they were just like leeches, sucking the money. You know what I'm saying? Sucking the money out of him, using him for his, for their benefit. And at that age, it's sad how people weren't around him to tell him, "Hey, man, you need to cut your circle, bro, because you're just taking." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that was a big factor too to what you're saying about the team. But right now, the cool thing about it, Adrian Broner's still young, man.
Exactly.
Just for the fact that he's still young right now. When we try to fathom how young he was when he was getting these belts and, becoming champ, wow, he was young, man. And he was making moves, doing great things in the ring. And unfortunately now, well, not to a certain extent, unfortunately, yes, because he has had several losses, big blows to his career, but he still has time. That's the cool thing about this. 30 years old, bro. That's young, man. You're still about it. You're still in your prime. You could be in your prime. You can come back. But then again, another question comes to my mind. Has all that alcohol? I'm not saying that he has done drugs, but maybe drugs. I don't know. Has all that stuff really affected him to the point where he cannot make a comeback? Physically speaking, you see what I'm saying? Physically speaking, condition wise. But from what we see, like I said, we can just speak on what we see. And what he's saying too, thankfully to digital media, interviews and blah, blah, blah. What we see and what we hear from Adrian Broner, it looks like he is serious about it. And I said it in my last video where I talked about Adrian Broner. I'm taking the benefit of the doubt for Adrian Broner, but with a grain of salt. You see what I'm saying? I have the benefit. Yeah, I have the benefit of the doubt for him, but with a grain of salt, because I see he seems pretty serious this time, man. He does speak, like, for example, he was asked on Custer when he was, interviewed there. He was asked about Regis Prograis, and he said, that fool or blah, 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 that clown, whatever. Of course, that's box talk. That's just how fighters talk. But generally speaking, he's quite serious. He looks serious now. And I repeat one more time, I'm taking the benefit of the doubt for Adrian Broner with a grain of salt, with the slightest hope out there. I'm thinking that he's serious this time, and I'm thinking he can turn things around. In that interview, he also talked about he wants to fight 3 times a year, Lavar, this year. I mean, if that's the case, bro, Adrian Broner can really make moves, man. I think he's going to. Yeah, you there, Lavar?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you said?
I think he's going to fight at 140, right?
Yes, he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight at 140. He's going back down to 140. And to piggyback off of what you're saying, Renee, yes, he's focused. You know, and I'm glad that he's focused. He needs to be focused. You know, he needs to be hungry again. Being in the limelight, you know, at a young age like that, it'll do that to you. And you know, we see it with T.O. You know, T.O. that you know he had a big win over Comey and then Loma. And I understand that, but there's still more fights out there to be made for him. So, but going back to AB, I really think that AB is going to do it this time. And you know, he did have, you know, Floyd was helping him out. Yeah, they might have their little feuds, but after their feuds, AB was going through some stuff mentally, and Floyd was still there for him. So I just think that AB just needs to humble himself, and once again keep his circle of friends small. You know, because it's sad seeing him. For instance, remember it was one of the Robert Easter fights. They wouldn't even let AB back there in the dressing room after the fight. So it was embarrassing seeing that, knowing that Robert Easter are buddies, man. So I'm glad that he's focused. I hope that he does fight more throughout for the rest of his career. And I think that this Saturday is going to be a great stepping stone to help get the cobwebs, get the rust out and all that, brother. So I'm happy for him.
Now, I think, yeah, I mean, like I said, I got hopes for him, you know, but check this out. Throughout the years of him, when he was playing around, living the party life, blah, 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 when there would be fight announcements, for example, against Adrian Granados, against blah, blah, right, Mikey Garcia, et cetera, you know the names. Media would say time and time again, boxing community would say time and time again in the chats, oh, if he just lets his hands go, you know, they all say the same thing. Okay. Right. Okay, Lavar. Ooh, oh my gosh. Oh, Bruce, we'll be praying for your bro, your friend, man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you guys know, just in case, because you know you don't see Bruce right now, is because there's an issue. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, Lavar. Did he just send you that?
Yeah, he just texted that to me.
Okay, yeah, Bruce, prayers up for your friend. Okay,
absolutely.
Wow. Man, yeah, I knew something was wrong. Because Bruce, man, he jumps in right at the beginning always. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, family prayers up for Bruce. One of his friends is an issue, got in a car accident. So please, guys, prayers up for Bruce. Let me shout out the chat real fast, and we're gonna get right back to Adrian Broner, because this is something I really want to talk about. Okay, so and because he's fighting this Saturday. So Tone Brown, we got Tone Brown right here saying even in the Maidana fight, even though he was overpowered, he was still, yeah, I mean, of course, he was still landing great shots and holding. I mean, he held his ground, ladies and gentlemen. He held his ground against Pacquiao, bro. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I mean, it was so long ago, sometimes I forget. Wait, that Pacquiao fight went 12 rounds. Yeah, it went 12 rounds. It went 12 rounds.
I
mean, yeah, I mean, Tone Brown, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, dude, them skills are there still. He was. And to consider him living a crazy life outside the ring and the duration of those fights, I mean, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, it's worth talking about. This is why I have the benefit of the doubt with a grain of salt. I have a slight hope for Adrian Broner still. I think he really can come back, guys. I mean, I think he really can. Silver Surfer Lugia. Okay, hey, what's going on? You're new here. Yeah. But man, it seems like every time Lavar, we've been going live, we got new people jumping in. So I really appreciate you. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Silver Surfer Lugia. Yeah, feel free to subscribe. Silver Surfer, just give you a brief introduction, man. This is a platform where we simply speak, analyze, discuss, and critique. Just talk about the sport of boxing, man. That's all we do in a simple, level-headed fashion, in a mature, level-headed fashion. The hate is somewhere else. You don't have to worry about that here, man. We're all mature here, man. We just love the sport of boxing. As simple as that. Thanks so much. Go ahead and subscribe, man. Feel free. So we got here Ricky. saying, do you think the 2 years off he took from boxing? Yeah, I mean, it is. But that's the thing. Look at the opponent he's facing. So I don't think he should have an issue. You think so, LaVar?
No, he won't have an issue. It's up to AB. You know what type of Adrian Broner would show up. The only person that knows that is going to be AB. This is a fight that he can win. I mean, because he's been matched up perfectly with this opponent. So this will be the chance for him, like I said previously, to get the ring rust and the cobwebs and all that stuff out. And maybe he can fight 2 tune-ups and then jump into a big fight. To me, making sure that he has the right trainer. He's only 30 years old, Renee?
Yeah. Last I checked, he was just 30.
30. Yeah. I mean, you can never count a fighter out, especially when their back is up against the wall. And AB knows that he's been given chances after chances after chances. And now with all these legal fees and stuff piling up and people suing him, he knows that he has to, get back to his profession, which is boxing. He has to think of this as a business. This is his job. So his back is up against the wall. I wouldn't say that he's over. And I it's like what I told you before. I have been a big critic of scolding AB because of his last couple fights a couple years ago. So I just think that with him being focused, let's see what he can do. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's not judge him yet. Let's see what happens, and then we just go from there.
Now, may I say, get back to what I was saying. Gio James, family's in the building, man. Toby Bartlett's in the building, man. PGH is in the building. Man, you guys are jumping in. I really appreciate you guys. Salute. PGH said he's done. AB's done. Waste of time. Get him out of here. Get AB out of here. It's all good.
And I'm not mad at that. Salute to
of course.
PGH.
Exactly.
That's his opinion, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So, and trust me, I've been there with him before. I'm like, man, he's done. He's done.
Yeah, me too, man. I've said it too.
Yeah. It's his back is up against the wall, and trust me, he's a very talented fighter. And I just hope that he takes it serious this time. Only time will tell, and this Saturday will be a stepping stone. Either he's going to go in the right direction or he's going to go in the wrong direction. So we'll see.
Well, that's what I'm excited about. The time is now. The time will tell, and that time will be Saturday. That's awesome. So that's what I'm.
Absolutely.
I want to see. I want to see what he has. I want to see what he's going to do if he's really about it. Just like what PGH said, man, AB's done. Get AB out of here. You know what I'm saying? I've said that throughout the years, and that's exactly why I haven't really talked about Adrian Broner. Y'all check out my channel. You know what I'm saying? You go back to my channel, I really have nothing to say about him because why? He's not worth my time. I mean, with all due respect, because he's been clowning around too much. But I started talking about him recently because I see a change in him. That's what I'm trying to say here. I've been seeing a change in him. You know what I'm saying? In social media, him. And I'm not saying I sit here and I just depend on what people say on Instagram. Of course not. But like in interviews, what he's been saying in interviews, how you can just tell in his body language, how he speaks in interviews now. You can see that maturity. It seems like he's a little bit more mature now. You see what I'm saying? Now getting back to this. Interesting that you point that out, LaVar. And that's something I really haven't heard anybody talk about. Watch this. A lot of people have been saying, a lot of community have noticed that he has maybe some mental issues he's been struggling with, when he was living that crazy life. Something I've noticed, and I've said this a long time ago on my platform. I said this a long time ago. I don't remember which video it was, but I've noticed that Adrian Broner, back when I don't remember before, when he was successful. Okay, we'll just put it that way. Before he started losing and stuff like that, and around the time he started losing, it seemed like to me he was struggling to find his identity. Why do I say this? Because it seems like he was trying to act a little bit too much like Floyd. I don't know if you've seen that, the way he talked, the way he, moved about. It seemed like to me he was trying to imitate Floyd too much. I don't know if you've noticed that, LaVar, but I've noticed that about him throughout the years back then. I'm not saying recently, no, but back then. And I think that he was just a young man trying to find his identity, bro. And he was confused, and he would just take it out and partying and then living that crazy life.
No, you're exactly right. He took a page, or he tried to take a page out of Floyd Mayweather's book and everything. But the thing is, the difference between the two is that Mayweather would craft his skill. which means while while his opponents are sleeping, he's out there training. He constantly stays in the gym. AB doesn't. He will balloon up in weight. Then he has to lose a lot of weight to make weight for a fight. So it's you gotta craft your skill, man. You gotta sharpen your tools, and that's what Mayweather was all about. You know, and I can tell you this: some of the things that AB was doing in the ring, yeah, it was reminding you of Floyd.
And not just in the ring though. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but not just in the ring.
No, you good.
Like the way he spoke. Oh,
And the
you
way he
know,
spoke, yes,
AB,
yes.
AB. You know, I mean, I don't. It's funny, it's comical, but it's like, dude, why are people
No,
trying to
you're
act
right.
and even talk like Floyd? Even bro, I even hear around here in some YouTube platforms, whatever, right?
Right.
There's people that try to talk like him. It's like, bro, you're not Floyd. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. You know, be original. I've heard people out there, you know, undisputed champion. Oh no. It's like, dude, just stop trying to be like somebody else.
Hey, Renee,
But I'm saying this. AB would show this outside the ring before. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Hey, Renee, can you go to that last comment, please?
Yeah, let me get there real quick. Hey, people are jumping in, man. B Megastar, see you, man. Sylvester, awesome. You guys jumping in. Hello.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much, Marilyn Goes. Here, guys. Just guys, to let you know. Just to let you guys
Queen.
know, Bruce is not here because of this. Hello, I'm Bruce's wife. A friend of ours was in a car wreck. He went to help back soon. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Marilyn. Queen, blessings
Thank
to
you.
you. Our prayer is up for Bruce's friend and you guys, your family, always.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Bruce, you know, great man, going out to help his friend. Prayers up for family. That's what I'm saying. This is proof right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Bruce is not here because of this. So, thank you so much, Marilyn, for letting us know. Thank you so much, Marilyn.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you for telling me, LaVar. I didn't see that. So
No,
yeah,
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to.
no, it's fine. It's fine, bro. It's fine.
So can you you were talking about just how
yeah, too many people
trying to talk like
and Adrian Broner would do that. I never heard anybody say this. I never heard anybody talk about this when it came to Adrian Broner at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that he was struggling with his identity, man. He didn't know who he was. You see what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. AB, that man about billions. And it's like, dude, don't stop trying to talk like May, dude. You know, because that's how kind of May would talk, you know, back in the day. and you even hear it nowadays with other people. They try to talk like him. It's like, bro, just be yourself. But what I'm saying here is this. That's what I think was the root. I've never heard anybody say this, and I analyze people, bro. I'm a very inquisitive person. You know, like I said, I study in academia. I work in academia field. And I have to study student psyche. I have to see how they react, body language, blah, 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 how they talk, how they express themselves. You know, the way a person acts speaks volumes, LaVar. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to Adrian Broner, you know, I like to study people a lot. And the way Adrian Broner was in those times, it seems like he just didn't know who he was. And I think the root to him living like he was outside the ring was because he was trying to find his identity. He was confused. He was like a boy trapped in a man's body, man. You see what I'm saying? And he tried to disguise it and through partying, drinking, blah, blah, blah. And I don't doubt drugs, maybe not, maybe so. I don't know. But I think he was trying to disguise it. You know what I'm saying? But now it seems like, and this is exactly why, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt with a grain of salt, very slight hope in Adrian Broner really, really doing something now with his life. Because as I said, in the interviews, you hear him recently, it seems like he's starting to grow up, LaVar.
Yeah. And you know that happens as older you get, you know.
Exactly.
So I think with AB, going back to him trying to talk like Floyd, what AB was trying to do was he was trying to play the villain as well. And we all know that Floyd is the master at playing the villain, especially at press conferences and stuff like that for his fights. But Floyd took that from Muhammad Ali. So he tried to take a piece from Muhammad Ali so that he can become the cash cow of boxing. And I think that AB, he tried to do the same thing, but it didn't fit him. He should have tried to do it a different way instead of trying to be exactly like Floyd. Because
that's
now
the thing.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No worries, brother. Now you're talking about, now they're gonna start comparing you. Why? Be yourself. Don't be like Floyd. So, man, AB, it's just so much criticism that he's taken, and like I said, I've criticized him so much too. But you have to be yourself, man. Don't try to be like Floyd. You know, like I said, master your craft, work on your craft, and understand that boxing is your job. And I think a lot of these fighters don't understand that. So if he would have just took the time to master his skill and be in the gym day in, day out, we'll probably be talking about AB in a different type of way.
And this is why I'm talking about it right now. Okay. I made a video about it. Like I said, I reiterate, those who know my platform, if there are any new listeners, go back to my platform, check it out. You really don't see anything about Adrian Broner. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Of course, time to time, I've talked about him and stuff, but not much at all. For the same reason, I wouldn't take him serious. Like, bro, you're not taking it serious. I'm not going to take you serious. I'm nobody. I'm just another Joe Blow that loves the sport of boxing. But you know, that's how I thought. It's like, dude, you're not taking things serious. I ain't going to take serious nothing with you. Then I'm not going to talk about you and whatever. It is what it is. I'll focus on other fighters. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But now I think it is worth talking about to a certain extent because I see him changing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we got here Toby. Yeah. Oh, L Dub's in the building. What's good?
L Dub, salute.
Yeah, PJH, definitely, man. Prayers up for Bruce and his friend. Definitely me. Marilyn, thank you. It means a lot to us. Oh, yeah, of course. You know, our positive energy, our prayers up, definitely, man. And you know, it'll be all right. It'll be all right, man. And hopefully we hear soon what's going on over there with his friends. So we got here Toby Bartlett saying AB needs to take this chance and grab it with both hands. People, even AB fans, are fed up. Exactly. That, but that's the thing. This is like what LaVar was saying. Also, that this is really the chance. It's do or die now it's do or die for AB. If Saturday night comes around and he's just the same old thing, joking around, and he doesn't give an exceptional, I'm saying exceptional performance against this guy. I think his name's Santiago. I don't know, whatever his dude's name is. Yeah.
He is.
If he doesn't show up and show out, we said the same about Caleb, right, LaVar? A lot of people said that. I mean, we're 100. Yep. We're 100 with everybody, with all these fighters. So if he doesn't come in, show up and show out like Caleb, you know what I'm saying? We expected, at least what we expected with Caleb against Truex. Big disappointment, in my humble opinion. Then AB, man, I'm just gonna be whatever. Get him out of the way. I don't want to talk about this dude anymore. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't really, because he knows he has to make a statement this Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? He has to make a turnaround in his career. If not, people are gonna kick him to the curb, man. The community should at least kick him to the curb and say, you know, you're not taking things serious. But I tend to think that something's gonna happen. I think he's gonna do something great Saturday night.
Yep. I do too, man. And I would love to see him make some noise in that 140 division, man. And, you know, like in the comments, man, boxing does need AB, you know, because he can make a little bit of noise. You know, I don't look, I like the trash talking, you know, I do. It's just the antics sometimes, you know, you gotta tone it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to AB, we'll definitely see. You know, he was supposed to fight a couple weeks ago. So we'll see what he's gonna do in 2 days, man. I'm looking forward to it. I don't want to kick a man while he's down, and that's what I go by, man. You know, because we know that AB has taken so much hits, you know, from social media in general. So I don't want to kick the man while he's down. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So let's see what he does on Saturday.
You know, that's kind of why I kept silent on him when I would see him living that party life and just playing around. You know, he was going downhill in his career. I'd just rather not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I try not to, you know, to the best of my ability, exactly do what you say, LaVar, not kick him while he's down, you know, anybody. Right. So I'd just rather not talk, you know what I'm saying? And just leave it at that and see if they make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? So we have here, Toby. I mean, I'm not really an AB fan. I'm not either. I just, you know, I just love the sport of boxing, you know what I'm saying? But exactly. But boxing is better with AB in it. And AB ducks, exactly. He fought Mikey Garcia. He fought Pacquiao. Yeah. He fought, I mean, big names, man. So I got none. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said earlier. I got nothing to take away from this guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, other than the things that he has done out the ring throughout his career recently in the past few years. I mean, that's what I do take away from him. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Sylvester, we're definitely going to talk about that. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Heck yeah. And we got here PGH saying, I was an AB fan, but he hasn't won a fight. Yeah, I know. That's the problem, bro. That's the problem. So we'll see, man. We'll see this Saturday. Hopefully he's about it. And another thing, here's another test, LaVar. Here's another test. Mm-hmm. If he wins in an impressive fashion and his crowd starts to come back for his next, you see, that's the thing we got to see. I'm not gonna If he comes in and gives an impressive performance and talks the talk after the fight, hey, I want the best out there. I want to come back. I want blah blah blah. I'm gonna fight. If he does that, wait. If he does that, that's the test. Let's see if he's really gonna do it throughout the year, because then his old crowd's gonna come back. His old crowd's gonna come back, bro, and try to leech off the success from him again. You see, that's what that makes me question: does AB really have that determination to keep his crowd small and really focus in his craft and in his career? So it's a test. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give him the pass yet if he comes in and shows up and shows out and gives an amazing performance Saturday night against Santiago and next fight announcement in 3 months or whatever. I'm not gonna give him a pass yet. I gotta see how he does in his next fight after this and see how he lives his life. It's not gonna be easy, Lavar. It's not gonna be how do they say it? How does the phrase go? Bad habits are hard to break. Yeah. So, a couple months is fine, but I don't know, bro. It's gonna be hard for AB, in my humble opinion, because just exactly what PGH said. 4 years, at least 4 years of him living the wildlife. Maybe that inner instinct in him and that inner desire to go back to the old ways. I've seen it time and time again, Lavar. I've seen it with people. I mean, this is in a different context, but it relates. How many times? Because bad habits are hard to break. This goes for everything. How many times have I seen people wanting to change, go in rehabs, come out? This time I'm going to do it right. This time I'm going to do it right. And it's a cycle over and over. They're deceiving their wives. They're deceiving their children. Oh, I'm going to do it right this time, kids. You're going to see me a new me after this rehab. And then they go back again 5 months later. I mean, dude, I'm just tired of hearing that, bro. I mean, I'm a person that likes to help people. I'm a person that gives, motivation, inspiration. I'm there to pray for people. I'm there for people. But when you see the same thing over and over again, you can only do so much. I'm not God to change everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can only do so much. We're men. We're full-grown men. We're adults. You got to do your own. You see what I'm saying? You got to do your part. And with Adrian Broner, man, it's going to be tough to do that, bro.
Honestly, man, this is up to AB. He's not. Yeah, he has a fight this Saturday, but he's really fighting himself, man. So it's going to be it all depends on how AB can get over this adversity, and in the last couple of shows, you've been hearing me talk about adversity. So it's going to be up to him, man. Hopefully he'll do what he needs to do. What I would like to see, and I know that AB and I are two totally different people, but let's say he gets the win and they go to interview him, just say, hey, I'm glad to be back. I'm just fine tuning some things. I'm gonna get me another tune up, and then I'll look at my performance, and if I'm ready to fight a top opponent, I'll do that. But I'm just glad to be back in the ring. He just has to be humble. Stay humble. Some of these fighters they don't know how to be humble, and they want to try to be something that they're not. Just be himself.
That's something I wanted to touch upon right now. Let me get to the chat real quick, and that's another aspect I want to talk about this, because we're seeing it a lot in the sport of boxing. We got to talk about this,
right?
But real quick, we got here Toby saying, "Marilyn, my prayers out go out to yours, and Bruce's friend. Yeah, love, prayers to all. Yeah, don't worry about the emoji. We understand, bro. Yeah, that was we understand, bro. No problem about that. So now what we're saying, Lavar." These fighters, not all of them, some of them, I mean, I get it. And I reiterate that again, what I talked about a moment ago. Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, these guys are young. I get it. They've got a lot of success. Ryan, not so much as far as boxing, but he has a big following. You know what I'm saying? He has a big following. And when these things happen, they tend to forget how humble they were before they got that success. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
They tend to forget that. And I get it. They're young, but you better just speak less and act more, because recently, and you already know this is level-headed platform where we talk in a mature fashion. I mean, objectively, you know what I'm saying, in a logical manner. I mean, I've been seeing Teofimo lately. We talked about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call him a diva. I don't say that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't Just like I don't call fighters taxi drivers and cab drivers, Uber drivers. I just don't do that. That's just me. Other people say it, I laugh about it. I go to other platforms and I chit chat away and I joke around. I have fun. You know what I'm saying? But as far as with me, I don't do that. I don't label fighters that. But I understand why people say these things. Teofimo's coming out and saying that he's a duck. I mean, he's admitting it, Lavar. And I know he's playing, but bro, you're the thing here is that ever since before Teo beat Loma, the way he even moves his body, again, I reiterate, body language, the way you're talking, the look in your eyes, these interviews, ever since he beat Loma, I see him different, bro. I see him like he's acting like he's untouchable, like he's I don't know, bro. And it seems like it's getting to his head. I think he has to go back to being that Teo before he got these belts. Right. Go back to that Teo, because you never know, bro. One of these guys could come up, these underdogs that you don't expect could come in and smash him, dude. I mean, anything can happen in the sport of boxing. I'm not saying Kambosos going to do that, but I think Teo's going to walk through him. But he has to get back down to being level-headed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even how with all due respect, bro, even how his coach is talking, his dad, it seems like they're changing up how they're talking, bro. No, we want this and we're worth it. And, you're not even making $1 million. You're not making, he's saying that recently about Haney. No, these fighters ain't making 2.5, man. If that and blah, blah, blah. If they're making 2.5, with taxes and who cares about that, bro? He wasn't saying that before he got these belts, Lavar. And all these interviews, he wasn't talking like that. He was talking about the takeover. He was talking about, no, I'm there, takeover. I'm here to take all these guys out. That's how he was talking. And now, I'm a duck. Yeah, I'm the biggest duck out there. And then running around in Disneyland or wherever the heck he was with the Disneyland sweater and with Donald Duck over his head dancing. And dude, I don't know what's going on, bro. That's the thing that, getting back to what you're saying, Lavar, and with the same with AB, same with several fighters out there. They get a little touch. Even Mike Tyson told them, go fight Haney, bro. Stop you know what I'm saying? Even, I mean, I can go on and on, but I just feel that, Teo got to be a little bit more humble. Same with AB. Keep that humility, man. Keep that, humble mindset, focused mindset as you had before you got that success. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I get what you're saying. They need to stay humble. And I get it. At times you got to do things to try to sell tickets and stuff. I get that. I understand that, but you're right, man. Ever since he won that belt, it's, his head has gotten blown up. So there's always somebody training to beat you. It's like what I said before. When you're hungry and you're trying to go after a title, you're going to do what you have to do. But to me, I think it's harder defending a title than getting one. So only time will tell when it comes with Teo. I think all the fighters of the past want to see great matches being made, because I know Mike Tyson, he's getting sick of it. That's why he's sitting up there and telling him to go fight Haney. But they know that Haney's a threat. You get what I'm saying? They know that he's a threat, and they think that Teo's going to lose that fight. Hey, sometimes, man, hey, you got to pull up your pants and hey, I want to fight the best.
You got to go do it. And even if you fought Haney and lost, all respect would go to Teo, because the community would be like, hey, bro, you went and fought. That's awesome.
Exactly. It's like what I said before, man. It's like these fighters are afraid to take an L. They're afraid to take an L, man. But hey, it is what it is. I'm just glad that the lower weights are doing their thing and giving us the fights that we want to see. And hopefully soon, man, from welterweight on up, we'll start seeing the best matches out there.
We'll start seeing, exactly, because recently we haven't really been hearing too much up there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And the reason we haven't.
Oh, go ahead. Not to me. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like yesterday on Instagram, Jamal Charlo, he's out on a yacht eating a lot of food. So if you're out there eating a lot of food, and that, like I said, I have nothing against Jamal. I like the Charlo
of course
brothers.
Not. Yeah.
If you're out there eating a lot of food, I guarantee your walking rate right now is over 168 pounds. So if that's the case, why can't he get in there and fight Benavidez? So at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Every
Soccer
time he
Training
goes
Club.
live on IG, he's eating food.
Yeah, yeah. Soccer Training Club, what's going on? Thank you so much for jumping in the family. Oh, you got to hear the context of what we're saying, though, fam. Go back a little bit more. Hear the context. I feel you, bro. It's all love, family. It's all love. So speaking about this, you know what I'm saying? We spoke a little bit about Ryan. Even backstage, we're talking about it a little bit more. You know,
Yes.
recent developments with Ryan Garcia also. Again, bro, he's having friction with Oscar. Okay, this is a trajectory we've been seeing time and time again. In my humble opinion, LaVar, I think it was best for Ryan to be a free agent, bro. He would have been way better, I think, in my humble opinion. He would have been better off under Canelo's umbrella, possibly, in Canelo Promotions. I've been talking about there has been a promotional company with Canelo Alvarez, bro, for a while.
Yes.
I mentioned this back when there were when Canelo was having his own problems. Canelo has Canelo Promotions. I think it's called Canelo Promotions. He has a few fighters under his umbrella. So, you know, and we already see how Ryan Garcia has been grafting under the wings, I guess we can say, metaphorically speaking, of Canelo for years now. For years, ever since Ryan Garcia started training in the Canelo gym, they started rubbing shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And around the time of Canelo having problems with Oscar, Ryan also started having problems with Oscar. You know, Ryan was complaining he wasn't getting paid enough, you know, and then he was going back and forth on Twitter against, you know, not really back and forth, more than anything, like just Ryan, you know, complaining, expressing his you know, complaints and Instagram, whatever social media he was using, and talking about Oscar, this and that. Oh, my fight date, when am I going to fight? You know, and then his fight getting postponed with Campbell time and time again. And then what happened before that? And then what happened? Then Oscar comes and does a extended contract deal with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia comes out saying, oh, this is the best contract ever for a prospect. And then shortly after that, he starts complaining again. And then we're here now. I mean, the track record, you already know it, man. I mean, it's just a lot between Ryan and Oscar. I think to a certain extent, extending his contract with Oscar was probably not the best thing to do, because same thing we see, LaVar, same thing we see with Bob Arum. How is he treating these fighters? Fighters aren't seeing the writing on the freaking wall, man. Bud's not seeing it. Teofimo, he's probably going to be the next victim. We're already hearing, LaVar, as far as with the numbers, Bob Arum saying that Kambosos and Teofimo is going to go to purse bid because he doesn't want to pay for that. Oh, come on, man. You see,
Yeah, I heard about that.
we're seeing it time. And you already know the names of those fighters who left Top Rank throughout the years, man. Mikey Garcia recently came out on Instagram saying, you know what, screw Bob. You know, and he came out in an interview after that explaining in depth why he said screw Bob. And he said, Bob doesn't treat his fighters right, man. In other words, I'm paraphrasing what Mikey said, but I mean, the writing's on the wall, man. And ever since these fighters, these big names, Cotto, Pac-Man, you know what I'm saying? Mayweather, obviously, Andy Ruiz. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. I don't remember all the names. Oscar De La Hoya. I mean, the names go on and on. Ever since they left Top Rank, they flourished in their careers, LaVar. They flourished, bro. So I kind of see the same problem with Ryan between Ryan and Oscar. You know what I'm saying? He re-signed, though. He extended his contract with Oscar. Then shortly after, he started complaining again about the price, about him being lowballed in his Campbell fight. And now he's coming out saying this, bro. Oh, no, you know, Oscar De La Hoya, he doesn't know, you know, the ins and outs of me and Pacquiao. I can't believe, you know, I mean, what the heck is going on, LaVar? How long? And my question is this. How long is this contract? He just tied himself to Oscar, man. How long is that contract for? Man.
See, the thing about Ryan, I mean, I would love to find out how long that contract is. I think later on down the road, I think Canelo's going to try to pull him.
Yeah, he's going to leave, bro.
Yeah, he's going to leave. And I said that, and I think, who did I ask? I think I asked Kurt. Shout out there to Kurt Anderson, the boxing historian. I asked him, you know, would he ever foresee Ryan leaving with Canelo? So I think that's a question to ask. But I really do believe that Ryan later on down the road will leave with Canelo. It was just awkward, man. And what I mean by awkward, after Ryan beat Campbell, they had like a little post-fight party for Ryan Garcia, and Canelo
Uh-huh.
and Oscar was there. You should have, I mean, oh my gosh, you can tell there was friction in that room, bro. Oh, it was friction.
Really?
It's like, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Canelo was just like
The only
every
thing
time
I
when he,
saw,
oh,
sorry to interrupt. The
mhm.
only thing I saw
No, go
about
ahead.
that post thing was Canelo and Ryan. I didn't see Oscar anywhere, but it was just a little clip. I mean, I didn't really pay attention, but hey, hats off to Ryan too in his win, man. So the only thing I saw was like after that, they were like in a room or something, and they were sitting there singing some Vicente Fernandez song and sing sigo siendo el rey, and it seemed like
Mhm.
they were drunk or something, bro. I don't know, but and Ryan doesn't really know Spanish, and he was trying to sing along with Canelo. It was a funny thing, but that's all I really saw, and I didn't know Oscar was there.
Yeah, he was. It was before that. You should be able to YouTube it
Okay,
because
okay.
he was up on the podium. They call Oscar to the podium, to give his words on the fight and stuff like that. And then Oscar, before when Oscar walked in, he saw Canelo, went over to shake his hand, but you can just tell Canelo
Wow.
didn't want to be bothered with Oscar. And then when Oscar got to the podium, he gave a shout out to Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo was just like whatever.
Wow. Now that's the thing, bro. That's the thing. Ryan, this is just my humble opinion. Ryan can do what he wants. It's his career. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but look. Ryan should have seen the writing on the wall, man. And he's buddy with Canelo. I know Canelo has been talking about him. I've been saying this time and time again here. I know Canelo's talking about, Oscar with Ryan. Hey, you know what? Oscar's like this, Oscar's like that. Be careful, blah, 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 right?
Right.
And my question is, why did he extend his contract with Oscar, bro? I think he just tied himself to a certain extent. He didn't shoot himself in the he didn't shoot himself in the foot, but because he's still young, he has his career ahead of him. But then again, he's talking about retiring around 25 or 26. Lavar. Ryan's talking about retiring at 25 or 26. So he's not even going to be long in boxing anyway. I mean, I've said this before, man. I've said this in social media that I see Ryan. I hear a little playback of art. Can you just lower the YouTube part there? I think.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, just lower it down there. Yeah, thanks, man. So no, it's all right, man. I've been saying about Ryan. I've said this in social media, Instagram, whatever. I see him, bro, more in the entertainment industry, man. He's going to leave boxing soon because he's already expressing it. Around 25, 26, he wants to leave boxing. And after that, I'm sure he's going to focus on modeling. He's going to focus on acting. Awesome. More power to him. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? He has a great future ahead of him. But why do I say this? Because depending on how long that contract is that he resigned and extended to with Oscar, I don't know, to a certain extent, he might be shooting himself in his foot. Is he going to stay with Oscar for the rest of his career? If so, I don't know, man, because that's what I'm saying. He should have learned from Canelo, bro. Had he gone as a free agent, bro, I think he would have been a lot more successful. He would have been making more money, bro, I think, for each fight.
No, I agree.
He would have.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
To be honest with you, yeah, he says that he wants to retire early. He's not going to retire early. What has he done for boxing? No. What has he done?
Nothing. I mean, okay, with all due respect, the Campbell fight, great step up, but he has a lot more to do, man. A lot more.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, and I can talk to you backstage about it because I don't want to get too deep into it.
That's fine.
To be honest with you, man, he hasn't done really anything in the sport of boxing yet. And you're talking about with retiring at the age of what, 25, 26. Yep. He has to do something. No, the money right now for him is going to be, I think once he leaves Oscar De La Hoya and he sees what type of money he can make with Canelo,
exactly,
I guarantee he stays in the sport of boxing because he's not going to be making that much money as an actor.
No, yeah. The Canelo will, he will direct him the right way, bro. I think personally,
absolutely,
maybe Canelo's not a big businessman. I don't know, but he knows. I'm sure he would do a lot better for Ryan than Oscar, man. All due respect to Oscar, I'm not. You see what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Those who are tuning in, I know Oscar. Oscar as a promoter, I think he's not the best out there. Like, that's just my humble opinion, okay? Because how has he been living ever since, even when he was a fighter, I guess, to a certain extent, those I understand his personal life. That's his business. Him going off in those crazy ventures with women, I can care less about them. But we have to understand, you know, snorting that coke or whatever, him having that trajectory. I think it really has affected his career as a promoter. That's what I'm trying to say here. That's, you know, his personal life, whatever he can do once. I can care less about that. But you know, I just I think that the reason why I say this, that all that has affected Oscar as a promoter. He doesn't even promote a lot of his fighters, Lavar, as he should, you know, and he's just focusing more on the top quote unquote stars. You gotta take care of all your fighters, promote them all. You know what I'm saying, in a helpful fashion. But I say this because I think Ryan, had he not extended his contract with Oscar, he would have done a lot better. Yeah, you there, Lavar?
Yeah, I'm here. I agree
Kurt,
with you.
real quick. Sorry, Lavar. I saw that.
Okay,
Oh, no problem. No problem, Kurt. Man, we got it, bro. No problem. Stay safe out there in that snowstorm, man. Stay safe, bro. Yeah, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Absolutely, King. Be safe. To answer that, yeah, no, you're exactly right when it comes down to that, man. Like I said, I really think that maybe later on down the road he'll get with Canelo, and then once he sees how much money he can make, then that'll change his mind about trying to retire at a young age. I just can't. I can't see him retiring, not knowing, you know, he hasn't done anything for the sport of boxing. Just the only fight that he has is Campbell. That's noticeable is Campbell, I believe. So no, man, he has unfinished business as well. So we'll see what happens. I really think that Canelo can take his career to higher heights, but we'll see.
Yeah, man. So I mean, you know, that's the thing there with you know, Ryan Garcia, and I think that you know, the reason why we're talking about this is because we wanted to talk about it in this session because of the recent news that's coming out with Ryan Garcia, to a certain extent, complaining again about Oscar, saying that, you know, I don't know, I can care less really, but I mean, I think it's important to talk about because it affects, excuse me, it has to do with Ryan Garcia's career. I think he's gonna. I think there's gonna continue being friction between these guys, Oscar and Ryan. I think it's sad for Ryan, bro. I think he's just tied, and
Right.
But we'll see, man. I hope the best for him, man. And but he's coming out complaining again in social media for like the 10th time, man, about Oscar. So that's just a bad sign, very bad sign. And man, I don't know, man. It looks bad for him, but we'll see. I hope the best for him. Hopefully, he'll have a next competitor soon. But I mean, that's the problem. Getting back to that, being humble. I mean, I'm not judging Ryan as far as that, but like, he has to talk less and act more. I mean, he's just been going all over the place, fighting. A lot of people ignore this. Remember, what did he do some time ago? He did a little face-off thing, trying to bring some hype to it against Jake Paul. What the heck are you doing, Ryan? You know what I'm saying? He did a little face-off thing, you know, trying to do a YouTube stunt, whatever, you know, to attract. Yeah, he went in front of his mansion or something like that and had like a contract in his hands, supposedly. I don't think that was a contract, but you know, and then I don't know. I think Jake Paul took it and ripped it, and they're gonna fight. You know, this is just a bunch of nonsense, bro. A lot of people ain't talking about that. And then after that, and then he said, "Oh yeah, we got the fight for Tank down." You know, according to them, the fight was going to go down, and then all of a sudden, no. Now it's Manny Pacquiao, and then all of a sudden, no, and then now he's crawling back to Tank, wanting to fight Tank. I mean, come on, bro. You see,
and that's
up, bro, and just get to fighting, bro. Just we're not buying this nonsense.
And that's what we're saying this morning. What was going on this morning? Oscar has been coming out saying that only thing Ryan Garcia has been doing is clout chasing. So
he said that, Oscar.
Yeah.
You see how they're just butting heads, man. I mean,
but yeah, they're really butting heads, and I know that they just got to figure it out, man. They got to, you know, and like
yes, they do.
It all depends too, and it's like what you said too. We don't know how long this contract, this extension that Ryan Garcia signed with Oscar. We don't know how long that's for. So. Hey man, I mean, I understand what Ryan's trying to do, but at the end of the day, man, he needs to stop doing all this clout chasing and start making fights, man. So
and we're, like I said, bro, I've said this time and time again. Sorry to interrupt, but I've said this time and time again.
Good.
Yeah, I said this time and time again. boxing fans, we're not idiots. We're not, you know what I'm saying? The community's not stupid. We see through the curtains. We see through the smoke and mirrors. For example, you know, we're seeing, Oscar and Ryan, they're butting heads. It's not looking good. We're not buying this whole hype stuff. We're not buying this whole, oh yeah, I have so many followers on Instagram, and whatever he says is going to go down. We're not stupid. We see and Oscar just came out and said it. Hey, you're just clout chasing, bro. Stop. You're just playing. You're just playing games. We're not stupid. You know what I'm saying? We see through all this. And now, to a certain extent, I understand Ryan Garcia. Okay, I'm not sitting here. I'm not, like I said, man. People who think we're hating, the mind's twisted right there. This platform is not about that. We're just honestly critiquing what we're seeing. I understand Ryan to a certain extent. Why? Because I go back to what we were saying, Lavar, earlier. Look at his age, bro. He's young. He has some immaturity. I understand. What would we do? You see what I'm saying, Lavar? What would we do at his age if we're as successful as Ryan? I mean, Ryan's successful. I'm not saying he isn't. In his life, generally speaking, this boy's successful, bro. He has sponsoring deals. I mean, he even said some time ago recently, he said, I'm making more money in sponsoring than I am boxing.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying, bro? I mean, yeah. And that's why, I mean, I understand Ryan going back and forth, clout chasing, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to fight this guy. I'm going to fight that guy and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I get it. He's young, bro. He's making money. He's successful. And I understand why he's doing this. I understand why. I'm not justifying him doing it, but I understand why he's doing it because he's young, bro. He needs to grow up. He needs to mature a little bit more, and that's how I see it. You see what I'm saying, Lavar?
I know, I get that, but these fighters got to understand, especially when they go through the prospect level, and then they're first starting to go pro. They got to understand it takes time to be making millions, man. It's not like the NFL draft. When a collegiate athlete gets drafted to the NFL, yes, they start off making millions of dollars. I get that. Some of it is guaranteed. Some of it is, within their contract. It could be over certain years. These fighters got to understand that it's going to take time. Look how long it took Floyd to start making millions of dollars. It didn't happen overnight. That's why he went from pretty boy to Money Mayweather. So it's going to take time for these fighters to understand that it's going to, in order for them to make money. So Ryan Garcia, he's young. Once again, I just think that he needs to stay a little bit humble. He needs to be a little bit more humble. And time will tell. Well, having all this friction with Oscar De La Hoya and stuff right now is not a good thing, because right now his career is in the hands of Oscar De La Hoya. Exactly. So you never know what Oscar could do,
he
man.
Can freeze him out, bro. He can freeze him out.
Exactly, man. And that's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? And just think about it. Look how long it went. Look how long Mikey Garcia went without a fight. He almost went, 2 years?
That's what I was just gonna say, bro. And I know it's a different promoter, but it coincides, man. Correct. Mikey Garcia said the same thing. He said recently, he said, hey, Bob was trying to freeze me out because I wasn't, I was asking for more in my contract, blah, blah, blah. And he was freezing me out. And that's where he said in that context, in that IG interview or whatever you call it, stream, whatever. He was saying, or he was interviewed or whatever, asked about why he said, screw Bob, blah, blah, blah. He said, well, when I was trying to negotiate for my, contract, whatever, it was under certain stipulations, and I was trying to negotiate, a little bit more, and he's trying to be frozen out. And that's where he said, he doesn't, and that's where he said, Bob doesn't care about my family. I got mouths to feed. I got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? He was being frozen out, and he was out of the ring, bro, like 3 freaking years, bro.
That's crazy.
Or however long it was. It was a long time. So, I mean, Ryan Garcia right now, he can be frozen out by Oscar. We don't know. Because just like what you're saying, Lavar, I mean, before he fought Campbell, when was his last fight, bro? I mean, I don't think it was too recent. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't.
I think it probably was. But even if it was, it was extended like 4 times, bro. The fight date.
Right.
With Campbell. So these are bad signs, bro. Bad signs for Ryan Garcia. And I reiterate, man, I think he should have just, before that new contract he did with Oscar, and it wasn't. I got it, you guys. We're not stupid. That's what I'm saying. We read between the lines here. when he came out and re-signed with Oscar, oh, this is the best contract for a prospect. Shortly after, he was complaining about the price again, bro, about his fight price or whatever you want to call it, what he was getting paid. So he would have been way better off, bro, as a free agent, bro.
Absolutely. And what we got to realize too, some of these promoters, they have other fighters in their stable that they can make become stars. Yep. So and I know that Oscar, he does have some other fighters in his stable, so we never know. So if he's look, Canelo's gone, and for right now he has Ryan, and I know he has a couple of other fighters, so we'll see what happens. So
yeah, definitely.
Hey, Renee, you see that third to last comment by L-Dub?
Let me check it real quick, man. Sometimes I go out of it. Let me get real quick to ASAP, and then we'll get to. I just hope Pacquiao versus Ryan Garcia. Yeah, me too. I think we all do. I think we all hope that doesn't happen, bro. I think that was just a bunch of nonsense. In my humble opinion, I get it though. Ryan Garcia would bank on millions in that fight, but that's just a foolish fight. I can care less about that fight. You know what I'm saying?
What is the purpose of that fight? What would be the purpose?
Just the bag, bro. For the community, it wouldn't be important for the community. But it would just be for the bag. That's all. And just, just to get his name up there. But, Pacquiao shouldn't even have entertained that foolishness. If Ryan Garcia calling out Pacquiao should have just ignored it. Sometimes you look better. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened was when Pacquiao was entertaining that Ryan Garcia thought, the community is like, what are you doing, Pacquiao? He should have just ignored it, like anything. Like, what's this? What's this? Just ignore it and move on, bro. Focus on reality. Focus on real things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right, ASAP Sam. You're definitely right. Let me get to that. What you were just saying, Lavar. Tevin Farm just said, yes. L-Dub. I'm saying, Lavar. It seems like every time we're going live, bro, L-Dub brings them gems. Heck,
he does, man.
This is great news, bro.
Yes, it is. That's gonna be great for Farmer. Now he can just stay focused and get out there and just handle business.
Man, this is cool. And the thing here is that Jojo Diaz is tied up in this issue with Rakhimov. Probably going to rematch him, but Rakhimov, I heard that he's going to have another opportunity to fight somebody else for that vacant belt. Who knows what the heck's going on there? But so I don't think that now that Jojo Diaz doesn't have the belt. He screwed it up, man. We already talked about that. He screwed it up. But whatever. Jojo Diaz has those problems. So I think and I'm not blaming Tim Farmer. Why the heck you want to go fight Jojo Diaz now that he doesn't have the belt? It is what it is. I'm not blaming Tim Farmer. That's awesome. Now I think Tim Farmer has a different focus. He's like, I'm gonna go do something else now. Leave Jojo Diaz behind with the right reason. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right reason.
But I think with those weight issues that Jojo Diaz had,
probably move up, yeah,
he's probably gonna end up moving up. So they're gonna end up probably meeting later on down the road at 135. Who knows?
Man, this adds to the fire in the division, bro.
Yes.
If Jojo Diaz move up to 135 and Tevin Farmer 135, and then you got all those other names at 135, my gosh, dude.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. My gosh, this is awesome. Thanks so much, L-Dub, for that news, man. D Hodges says here. D Hodges, salute, bro. I don't think I salute you. Thanks so much for jumping in, family right there. D Hodges. Oscar needs his heck yeah, man. Oscar needs his money. He won't freeze him out. I don't know, bro. It just doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't look good. I mean, I understand to a certain extent, though. I mean, Oscar, what I do like about, I'm not sitting here just, shooting Oscar down. No, I mean, he does. I like his professionalism to a certain extent when he's in front of the cameras. I mean, to a certain extent, he's quite professional. You know what I'm saying? The way he speaks respectful about Canelo, bro. Even though those things they've been through, I mean, at least to a certain extent. I mean, I'm not saying that he's perfect. Of course not. But he does speak quite professional. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't know, though. You know what I mean? I don't know if he won't freeze him out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Oscar, he's not the guy to trust, in my humble opinion. He's not the guy to trust, So who knows? He'll probably try to say something. He'll probably through actions postpone fights and just leave Ryan out there. But who knows, right? You got a point, D Hodges. You got a big point, bro. He'll probably still try to promote him, and but it just doesn't look good right now with Ryan and Oscar. It looks bad, bro. Looks horrible. And then Ryan Garcia running around back and forth on Instagram and social media saying he's going to fight this guy, saying he's going to fight that guy, facing off with Jake Paul. None of it's happening. It's just pie in the sky. Ryan's looking bad right now, bro. And That's the unfortunate thing. Sylvester says here Pacquiao dropped his belt for no. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And Pacquiao has no one to blame but himself. Just like I said with Jojo Diaz. Just like I said with Jojo Diaz. No one else to blame but himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm 100 with all these guys, man. Whether it be T.O., I can care less. Whether it be, I can care less if they're black, white, yellow. I don't care what color they are, bro, what race they are. I'm Mexican, yes, but I'm going to speak 100 on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, LaVar. We're doing new things here. All these other platforms, I understand, not all these other platforms. I reiterate. Sorry, I correct myself. Some other platforms out there, they tend to incline a little bit more to their Latin fighters, or other platforms tend to incline to other fighters. You know what I'm saying? Other races. I don't do that. Global, bro. What did we say? What was Bruce saying the other day? You gotta, boxing's global, bro. Just like soccer is global. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, Los Chivas, yeah, that's a soccer team down here in Jalisco. Just because I'm from Jalisco, they lose a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, Los Chivas, arriba Chivas. I'm not gonna say that. I'm going to be 100. If they're losing, they're losing. I'm going to speak out about it. I can care less about soccer, but it's just an example, okay? Soccer is global, it's global, and boxing is global, and I'm going to speak 100. I said the same about Pacquiao. Pacquiao has nobody to blame but himself. And I posted a video some time ago recently, and I posted a video before his belt got stripped of him, okay? I pushed a video on Pacquiao saying, Pacquiao, you got to do something. What the heck are you doing all this time? Just sitting around, wasting your time. Oh, I'm going to fight McGregor. Who cares? Okay. I can care less about some foolish McGregor fight, bro. All due respect to McGregor, but it's just, bro, I mean, my gosh. So yeah, Sylvester, yeah, he dropped it for no reason. He threw that opportunity away. Pacquiao has no one to blame but himself. You know what I'm saying? No one to blame. Unless Diaz improves his self-discipline, he won't do well at 135. That's a good point. Yeah, facts. Because LaVar, personally, I think Rakimov beat that fight, bro. I think Rakimov beat Diaz, bro. And I reiterate what we said in the last live. Because even the zone commentators, one of those commentators towards the end of the fight, they said, I wonder what the judges are going to say. It looks like a tough call. And one of the commentator guys said, well, we're in Diaz's backyard. Judges might incline to him, so we got to see what happens. You see? Even the commentator said it, bro. I mean, I didn't see it a draw. I personally think Rakimov did more. He was throwing combos all night long through the guard. And we said it, guy. LaVar said it. You said it. I mean, Diaz didn't look like himself, bro.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Not at all. Not at all.
So yeah, and Sylvester, you're right, bro. I mean, unless he improves his self-discipline, he won't do well. You're right. Farmer can come in and school him at 135. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, facts. Shaq is in the building, man. Thanks so much for jumping in, family. Thank you so much, family. You guys are awesome, man. We got here. He resigned to him, so they must be fine. Yeah, right. So we're here, ASAP Sam. What you think about Pacquiao requests $40 million to fight? Oh my gosh. That's not even going to happen, bro.
I've been waiting for that one.
LaVar, do you think that? I don't think that fight's going to happen, bro. You think Bob's going to pay up, bro? Come on.
No, he's not. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he's another fighter that shouldn't have re-signed with Bob Arum.
LaVar, I'll be right back in like 2 minutes, okay? Continue.
I got you. He's another fighter that shouldn't re-sign with Bob Arum. I know we all would like to see him fight Spence. And I know he's been saying that he doesn't need Spence and he doesn't want to talk about Spence. To me, I think later on down the road, he's going to need Spence, especially if he can't make the big fights. He can't. Can Crawford move up to 154? I'm going to get the Pacquiao in a second. Can Crawford move up to 154? He can, but we know who rules 154 right now. That is Jamel Charlo. So I think later down the road, Crawford's going to need Spence for a big payday. For me, I really think that Crawford should somehow, some way, try to fight Ugas for that belt so that he has, and Spence has 2 belts. And then you can probably talk about 50-50. If he lets Spence get his 3rd belt by fighting Ugas, that 60-40 has gone out the window. That's just me. That's just myself thinking on that. And I had time to think about that. I had the time to talk to salute to my boy, the underrated Darkness. We spoke about it, and it just makes sense for Crawford to try to go after that other belt. Now back to Crawford and Pacquiao. Bob Arum is not going to pay for that. I really don't see it. You know, I don't see that happening. I don't asking for $40 million during this pandemic. That's oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. And I just want to know where will Bob Arum get that money from? Granted, I know that Bob has a lot of money, but I just really don't think that he's going to sit up there to fork over $40 million to Pacquiao for that fight. So I really do not see that fight happening. I really don't. It's the whole welterweight division right now is kind of sort of a mess. So, and I wish that they will go ahead and clean that up. But I really do not see Pac-Man fighting Crawford. I would rather Pacquiao to retire. And y'all heard me say this before. In that Keith Thurman fight, he really didn't look like Manny. His foot was sloppy. He was taking too many hits. So you can just tell that his skills are diminishing bit by bit. So it's just time for Pac-Man to retire. I do not want to see Crawford versus Pac-Man. I really don't.
I don't either. I mean, but stylistically, I think kind of to a certain extent, excuse me, it would be intriguing, but you know, no one's going to pay $40 million for that, LaVar.
No, they're not.
No one's going to pay $40 million for that. Not. What Bob would do most likely, dude, I mean, for crying out loud, bro, Bob isn't going to pay up for what Tio is requesting for Teofimo and Cambosos, bro. He's saying go to purse big. I don't care less about that. Because what is Tio asking for? $5 million, bro.
Yes, and Renee, it's like I think you didn't get back yet. It's like what I told everybody. If I was later on down the road, Crawford's gonna need Spence because Crawford's not gonna move up with a 150. You know, so he's gonna need a major fight and he's gonna want money. So he's gonna need Spence. If I was Crawford, go after Ugas, would push, do whatever you got to do to see if you can get that fight. Get that second belt. Now you're talking about Crawford has two, Spence has two. Maybe it could be 50-50.
Yeah,
but if it's that third title, that 60-40 goes out the window. You know it.
But the problem, bro, is the same thing. Crawford don't push for nothing, bro. He doesn't push for anything. Bob comes and gives him this example. They're in a kitchen, right? Metaphorically speaking, however you want to call it. You know, Bud's in the kitchen, and Bob comes and gives them what Bob cooks,
right?
And Bud accepts it like that, and he doesn't say anything. He's like, "Okay, thank you," and he eats, and that's it. Bud doesn't say, "Hey, I want this." I mean, he did dispense, but you already know the story there. But he's not looking at anybody else. He's not doing it for Porter. He's not doing it for Ugas. He's not doing it for, I mean, the names go on and on, man. So,
and shout out to Blue Blood, because Blue Blood is like, why did Crawford re-sign to Bob Arum? It just doesn't make sense.
Yep. And we all know the story there. So, and getting back to that, you know, to that question, you know, that family there put, that, I mean, Bob is going to say, in worst case scenario, if they even talk about that fight, Bob is going to say, well, I'm going to put it up to purse bid. Whoever wants to pay, you know what I mean? Whoever wants it, pay up. So yeah. Same old thing with Bud. I think Bud's going to ride off in the wind. And I don't know with Bud, bro. I don't know. So discouraged with that guy, bro. Hey, shouts out to Bud, though. I mean, great fighter, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know the story. Y'all know the story. We got Sylvester say here, Garcia is going to follow in Canelo's foot. Yeah. Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is, because Hearn, you know, Curtis, you know, the historian, was talking about it too, you know, recently on Blue Blood also. And, you know, Hearn's paying up the fighters, bro. I mean, it is what it is. The fighters are going to graft to where the money's at. You know what I'm saying? Haney, he has a, you know, association deal, whatever you want to call it. I mean, he has Haney Promotions. He's not completely under Hearn, but, you know, he's getting the money from Hearn. So exactly, bro. He's going to follow his footsteps. He's going to leave Oscar soon. I'm almost positive he's going to leave Oscar soon, however long that contract is. Hope Crawford makes Pac retire. Yeah, I just don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I really highly doubt it's going to happen. And if they do fight, I mean, it sounds logical just for the fact that, you know, well, I mean, Pacquiao doesn't have a belt. They're just going to fight just to fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not for any belt or anything. Ugas has that belt. So the eye and the target is on Ugas. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. Definitely. Manny don't need a belt. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, D Hodges. I agree, bro. I mean, love Pacquiao, just like what LaVar was saying, and just what I said months ago about a video I posted. Pacquiao, just retire, bro. Just go. I mean, you've done enough. Yeah, LaVar, it's all good. You've done enough, Pacquiao, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just my humble opinion. I'm happy. Yeah. Pac-Man is done, bro. Yeah, Shaq. I mean, yeah. I mean, I like how he fights and stuff like that, but he's just, his age is up there. And I know a lot of people coming out, and talking about him on social media recently. He just posted a video or whatever, his team, whatever, right? His representatives, whoever's in charge of his Twitter and stuff and his Instagram and blah, blah, blah. Posted a video of him. And I've heard out there in social media, they're saying, oh, Pacquiao's training. He's still training. We know that. We know that about Pacquiao. We're not criticizing him not training. We're not. Right, LaVar? We're not criticizing Pacquiao and saying, oh, he's not in the gym. And of course not. And people are coming out recently saying, oh, all you guys are talking about Pac-Man, he's in the gym. He's always in the gym. Of course, we know that. We know that, bro. I mean, duh. We're just talking about how, like what you just said of LaVar a moment ago. He's not in his prime anymore. He's not in his prime anymore. His belt got stripped of him. Just leave, bro. Just leave. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Yeah, Pacquiao, it's over with Pac-Man, in my humble opinion.
He just has so much going on, Renee. He's a politician. It's just so much going on that he can't focus just on boxing. So focus on his seat in the Senate as well. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, that's what it is. It is what it is. Pacquiao needs Errol or Terrence next for his cash out fight. I think is gonna choose Mikey. Yeah, it seems like that, Sylvester. Yeah, that seems and it seems less risky for Pacquiao. He doesn't want to get smashed. He doesn't want to get that Terrence Crawford power. He doesn't want to get that Errol, punishment. You know what I'm saying? To leave and ride off in the win. Sometimes he's fighter, but Pacquiao's legendary. I mean, I got nothing to say against that. Pacquiao's legendary, but I think the smartest move would be against Mikey because Mikey wouldn't really punish Pacquiao at all, bro.
I agree with you. I agree.
I mean, he's not a power puncher at welterweight division at all. I mean, he would just take a little.
Mikey?
I'm sorry?
Are you talking about Mikey?
Yeah, he doesn't have that. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, this will be his second fight at welterweight. I mean, he didn't look all that impressive against Spence. I mean, his body didn't even fill out for a welterweight. So
yeah, and I mean,
that was just a massacre.
You even go back when he fought Jesse Vargas. I mean, Pacquiao. I'm sorry, Mikey doesn't have that power. He doesn't have power, bro, and the welterweight division. I don't even think he should be in the welterweight division. Man, that's just my humble opinion. And Mikey, I understand he's going for the bag. More than anything, he's going for the bag at 147. You know what I'm saying? Because the names are there. You know what I'm saying? And 140, you got names, but you're not talking about the status and level of names at 147 for like Spence, Pacquiao, blah, blah, blah. List goes on. You got more names there. For legacy, I don't think Mikey's going to make any legacy at 147, bro.
No, you got some heavy hitters up there, man. You got some heavy hitters with speed and they can punch. I'm not saying that Mikey can't take a punch because I mean, Spence.
Oh, he can. Yeah, definitely, man.
Sink against him. So I'm not saying that he can't compete. I just think that if he's gonna compete at 147, then he needs to make sure that he surround himself with a great team, strength and conditioning coach, a dietitian. So I hope he does that. If not, I can see him making noise at 140. And you never know, we might get if everything goes well with AB, we might get a rematch.
Yeah. So I mean, just to conclude that, Sylvester, just to exhaustively, explain what we're talking about with your comment. Yeah, I think Mikey Garcia is the best option for him, and just leave Pacquiao. You did amazing. You did more than enough in the career, bro. You did more than enough. We love you, man. We love you. ASAP Sam says here, I just read that Porter. Where did you read that from, ASAP? Where did you read that from? I just read that Porter rejected $2 million to fight Crawford. Is that true, bro? Really? But at the same time, I hear PBC doesn't have enough dates for their fighter. That's what I said, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know what? I'm not even, and I've said this before. And I think I was alone on that live. It was just myself. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I said this before, and I got it in my receipts, whatever they want to call it. It's on my channel. And in the thumbnail, I have Porter and Bud Crawford in that thumbnail. I'm almost positive. It's a live session.
You do.
Yeah. And I said in that live session, I said, I blame both of these guys. I'm not sitting here just justifying Porter. No, Porter's also to blame because they're just going back and forth playing patty cake. Oh, if he exercises his mandatory, then I'll fight him. No, and then Bud turns around, and then Porter turns around. No, if Crawford pushes for it, I'll fight him. It's like just stop playing games. Stop playing games, both of you. And now we see this. He rejected 2 million, man. Man, whatever with this dude. My gosh. ASAP, where'd you read that, bro? I gotta check that out, bro. Yeah, thanks so much for letting us know, ASAP. Thanks so much. Bruce Goes. Hey.
Bruce,
checking in.
My brother from another mother.
Hey, bro, are you all right, Bruce? Is everything good over there? You can still jump in, Bruce. You already know what it is, bro. You can still jump in. We're going to still talk about Berchelt and Valdez. We're not on that. We're about to jump into that. We're going to cook that fight. Heck yes. So, yeah, Bruce, hope you're doing good. I hope your friend's good, bro. Is your friend all right, man? Let us know, please. Let us know. Yeah, thanks so much for jumping in, man. Yeah, hope your friend is okay. Exactly, man. We got D Hodges saying here, I hope he still fight. I'm just glad he dropped the belt. Yeah, me too. Mikey 140 is good for him. Of course, that's Mikey's weight, bro. And just at 147, he ain't gonna make big moves there. You know what I'm saying? I read it on. Ooh, thank you so much, ASAP. Thank you so much for letting us know. So yeah, I blame both Porter and Bud. I blame them both. Man, it is what it is, man. So LaVar, you ready for the Berchelt and Valdez talk?
Absolutely.
My gosh. Okay. First, I gotta say this. Okay, Berchelt. His last fight. Let me just look it up real fast. If you guys can be patient for me just for a second. All right. Let me look this up. I should have had it already here, but it's because we're going off on different topics here. Wait a second. If you guys, Berchelt last fight, I think it was against some guy named, I don't think it was Sosa, but let me just check it out real quick, guys. Really, people haven't been talking about this. Okay. I think I did a post-fight reaction. I don't recall clearly, but I'm sorry.
Was it against Valenzuela?
Yeah, thank you. Yes, no Valenzuela. Thank you so much. This was when, boxing was back, quote unquote, after the quarantine. I paid attention very closely to that fight. He fought this Valenzuela guy. This Valenzuela guy has approximately half of his fights were losses. Okay. Yes. A lot of people ain't talking about this. Like I said, I'm 100 with all these dudes. I'm 100 with all these dudes.
Oh my God.
Berchelt is a fighter, though. We know the story. He's a warrior. I mean, I got nothing against that. He fought this guy, Venezuela. Okay. Super sparring partner status. If you want to talk about Canelo and Yildirim, that's kind of what it was, with Berchelt and this dude. Okay. That's what it was, ladies and gentlemen. Go back and check this dude's record. Venezuela. Like he has I don't even know. I just glanced real quick at his record and earlier. And
I got you, Renee. 22 wins, 14 losses.
Thank you.
4 by KO.
More than half of his fights were losses.
16 KOs, and he's been knocked out 4 times.
Thank you. There's proof. Okay, so he fought this dude, and Berchelt. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, I gotta reiterate. Berchelt's a warrior, bro. I love Berchelt, man. I mean, he can fight, but what he did against this guy didn't really impress me, man. And a lot of people, were talking about, Berchelt. He's he can, and I was expecting him to take this dude out quick, but he took him out. He took him out. Yes, I think he knocked him out. I think it was a TKO. But this Venezuela guy was doing all right. I mean, he wasn't the best, of course not, because look at the competition. We just explained it, okay? Look at his record. I mean, yeah. So he was putting up to a certain extent, a nice fight against Berchelt. Now Berchelt is going to fight Oscar Valdez, okay? This is going to be a good fight, LaVar. I'm not taking. Oscar is a really game opponent, bro. Oscar Valdez is a really game opponent. Okay, it was NC. What is that, LaVar? What'd you say there? Yeah, LaVar. I saw that little message there. It was a NC. What is that?
Oh, sorry, brother. Didn't hit the
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
button.
Oh,
So
no
that
contest.
fight ended in a
Yeah. No contest. Real quick before we get to Bruce, Lavar, what? No contest? What exactly did that mean? I thought it was a TKO. What did
I
that
think
mean?
some. I didn't get to see that fight, but I think something happened within that fight.
Yeah, because
While
I
you, while
saw
you
it. I
let me
saw it.
research it real quick.
Yeah, because I remember seeing it when that fight came out. Like I said, I was paying close attention because I was expecting Berchelt to really dominate, bro. I mean, he was doing all right. I'm not saying he wasn't. You know, that guy was kind of a good fight against Berchelt. You know what I'm saying? And I don't remember, but I thought it was a TKO. Yeah, I thought it was TKO. But before we get into it further, Bruce, how you doing, my brother? How you doing, family? You there, Bruce? Yeah, just unmute it, bro. Just unmute your mic.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having a little bit of a connection problem here, but I think I'm good.
You're good. You're good.
It's been a totally hectic morning, man. Thank you all for your prayers and wishes. I was ready to come online here with you guys, with Lavar, my brother Renee, and then I got a phone call. A very good friend of mine got in a car accident. He didn't get hurt, but he totaled his car, and I had to go and, do what a friend does. Give him a ride give him a ride to the where they towed his car. Go get him a rental. All that fun stuff. But man, I'm glad I could do it. I'm really glad I could do it. So
hey, that's the important part. He's okay.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
Great.
It's almost comical the way it happened, but it really isn't. When you wreck a almost brand new car, that's not fun. But hey, but he didn't get hurt. He's got insurance. He's got a rental. Everything's back to normal again now. This Berchelt and Valdez fight coming up on Saturday is definitely something we're looking forward to.
Definitely is, bro. So that's great, man. Your friend's great. Total car, that's fine. Things can be replaced. I mean, the good thing here is your friend's good, man. And
stuff happens, Renee. Yep. Stuff happens.
Exactly. So yeah, Lavar, were you gonna say something?
No, I'm glad that everything's okay, Bruce, man. I'm glad that you're on here, man. We miss you. Salute to your wife for giving us the update as well, man. Man, I'm glad that your friend is okay, man. And God is good.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
Yes, Absolutely. Sir, man. Yes, sir. Definitely. So yes, this fight. Okay, so that's the thing. I wasn't too impressed with Berchelt's last performance, man. I'm 100. I gotta say it. I mean, it is what it is, man. And a lot of people have criticized Oscar Valdez. Oh, he's ducking. He ducked Barry Russell. Whatever. I don't know. He's fighting Berchelt, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not criticizing anything against Oscar Valdez because he's gonna fight Berchelt. Okay. I mean, Berchelt's no pushover. You already know the story there. Okay. Now let's start with this. I want to lay a foundation. Okay. Oscar Valdez, he's been training, okay, in Canelo's camp. Okay. I think Oscar Valdez, with his experience, okay, we're not talking about a Ryan Garcia here, guys. We're not talking about that. Okay. We're not talking about a Ryan Garcia. We're not talking about some prospect. We're talking about an experienced game fighter. Okay. He fought, if you go back to, I made a video about it talking about Oscar Valdez. It's called Oscar Valdez is going to bring a war or something like that. I don't know. I got a video out there. And I talked about and I broke down that when he fought when he fought Scott Quigg, I want to bring this out. His jaw got broken, bro. In the 5th round, around round 5, Oscar's jaw was broken. He fought throughout the whole fight with that broken jaw after that round, guys. Oscar's no joke, man. And he won that fight. Okay? He fought it out the rest of the rounds. I don't remember how many rounds that fight was. I think it was 12 rounds, man. With the broken jaw, man. No one's talking about that. Oscar's no joke. He's not a pushover. And when you go back to when he fought Miguel, some guy named Miguel. I forgot what country he's from. Mariaga. Miguel Mariaga was putting that work on Oscar. he was putting that pressure on Oscar, kind of like what Berchelt does against his opponents. And Oscar found a way, and he beat him. I mean, I think Oscar's gonna really he's gonna really test Berchelt. A lot of people are saying out there that Berchelt's gonna come in and but yes, they're both gonna come in and give a war. But I think Oscar's gonna give a good matchup for he's gonna give a real competitive fight against Berchelt, something that Berchelt hasn't maybe experienced before. Bruce, what you got on that? And then we'll go to LaVar.
Well, man, anybody who's overlooking Oscar Valdez is crazy because the guy's a former WBO champ. He's a former Olympian. He's trained by Eddie Reynoso. Right there, he's got a lot going for him. In the Reynoso gym, they work on body shots.
Yes,
they
sir.
work on hard body punching, and Berchelt. He's not a defensive fighter. He's all offense.
Exactly.
They call him the Scorpion because he stings. He stings with that. He bang bang bang, and he's all offense. Now I can see Valdez going for a very intense body attack, probably taking a few shots. He doesn't keep that high guard. He comes in almost like a Sean Porter, but I can see him wearing down Berchelt. Possibly, if he wins, that's the way he's going to do it, with body shots, and then maybe get lucky with that left hook upstairs. Now, as far as Berchelt goes, we know he's all offense. He's probably the best at 130. I think if you put him on a sheet, he'd beat Shakur Stevenson, Tank, JoJo. I think he's the best out there right now at 130. So this is a fight I'm looking forward to, man. And I got to give it to Top Rank. The Top Rank is putting on all the fights this weekend, man. Whatever we want to say about Pampa Bob, man, my hats off to that gentleman this weekend. But no, I'm looking forward to a really good fight. I think Berchelt's going to take it if he does what he's been doing, if he relies strictly on his offense, avoids the punches and moves the head, keeps that body covered up. Then I see Berchelt winning. If Valdez does what Eddie Reynoso wants him to do, work that body hard, get those hands down, and then maybe in the late rounds come up with a hook or a straight right. And man, this could go either way. I'm very, very looking forward to this fight. What do you think, Lamar?
I think this is going to make an interesting fight. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if y'all could hear me or not. Okay. I think this is going to be an interesting fight. When it comes to Berchelt, I think his keys to victory will be using his height, his reach, his power, and his pressure. If he uses those, then that's gonna. When it comes to Valdez, is Valdez gonna be able to withstand that power and pressure and that reach and that height? I think in order for Valdez to win, he's gonna have to box. He cannot stand there and try to slug with Berchelt because we know that Berchelt, he likes to throw long uppercuts and long straight right hands. So Valdez is going to have to, attack the body. Valdez is going to have to move his head. He's going to have to box. He's going to have to move his head because he's been in some wars. Do I think that he can pull it out? Yeah, he can. But it just all depends on what type of plan Berchelt is coming in with. He's Berchelt. He's bigger. He's stronger. I really think Valdez is going to have to attack the body. If he attacks the body and then go to the head, he'll win this fight.
Something to point out here too. I'm also going to criticize Oscar. In his last fight also seemed like he was gassing out towards around round 5 or 6, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to sit here and say, Oscar is impeccable. Of course not. Oscar Valdez, when I saw him in his last fight, and again, I reiterate, man, I've been reiterating this, and we've been talking about this, LaVar, Bruce. We've been talking about it in our lives. Conditioning, man. Conditioning. I mean, I really didn't like that, man. In Oscar's last fight, ever since boxing was back, whatever, quarantine, blah, blah, blah. He was gassing out, man, around the 6th round. I was like, no, dude, come on, Oscar, come on. So if he has that issue against Berchelt's he's going to take him out with his pressure. He's going to be, and I see Oscar taking a knee, if that's the case, with stamina and conditioning. Okay.
Right.
We're going to still break this down. Hold on. Let me just get here. Cerebral shadow boxers in the building. Just like what I said, LaVar, a moment ago, We got new people jumping in. It seems like in every live, we got new people jumping in. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you. Thanks so much, Cerebral Shadowboxer. Hey, just to let you know, Cerebral, it's the first time I see you here. This is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze the sport of boxing in a mature, level-headed fashion. Our saying, our phrase, I guess you can say, is take the hate somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? We don't hate here. We just love the sport of boxing. That's all we do here. You know what I'm saying? And, this is the no hate zone, Cerebral. So you're in the right spot, bro. You're in the right spot. You know what I'm saying? We speak our minds in the sport of boxing in a mature, level-headed fashion. Go ahead and feel free to subscribe. Go ahead and feel free to like all you new listeners. Thank you so much, Matt Cerebral, for jumping in. So that's the thing here. Oscar did gas out to a certain extent. So I mean, if you're gonna gas out against Berchelt, you might as well call it a fight. You know what I'm saying? You might as well take the knee right there because Berchelt's gonna come and bring it. Now, what we were talking about a moment ago, that Oscar has been training under Canelo, and I say under Canelo because obviously Canelo is gonna be giving those tips and tricks. Listen here, like what Lavar said a moment ago. Canelo, he's used to fighting taller guys, man. He knows how to fight short. And we all very well should know that Oscar is being taught how to fight short, under Canelo and under Eddie Reynoso. So I think he's going to do something against Berchelt that's really going to bring the pain. When you get to the knockout ratio of these two fighters, they have high knockout ratios. You got Miguel Berchelt. He has like 37 fights, like 33 KOs, man. Oscar Valdez has like 28 fights and 22 KOs. Their knockout ratio, they hit hard. So, like what Lavar was saying, if Oscar applies what Eddie Reynoso is teaching him in training camp and what Canelo is teaching him, I'm thinking Oscar's going to come out with the win, guys. I think he's going to come out because, like what Bruce said a moment ago, Berchelt, I guess we can say, generally speaking, to a certain extent, I've said it before with Lotta when he fought Warrington and our post-fight reaction on that last live show, great show. We talked about how, and I brought out the point that Lotta, more of that traditional, generally speaking, Mexican style fighter. Going forward, less offense, just like Munguia, just like a lot of other fighters out there, Mexican fighters. That's what Berchelt has, and I think that's a big deficiency, in my humble opinion, all right? Because if you're not using defense, you're going to be taking a lot of shots. And if Berchelt comes in like that, that's going to favor Oscar. That's going to really favor Oscar, Valdez, like what Lavar's saying, shooting to the body. Now, I must say, though, Berchelt is a great body puncher, too. Beautiful, man. He goes to the body. He goes upstairs. If you just go back to that last fight, I was criticizing to a certain extent with Berchelt's performance. He was going to the body hard against that guy, Venezuela. I mean, Berchelt goes wonderfully to the body, too. So this is just going to be a great fight. But I think that Oscar is going to come out with the win if he takes what Canelo and Eddie Reynoso is teaching him. Because remember, guys, I've said this time and time again, Oscar has been sparring with Canelo, too. Obviously, Canelo takes it easy on Oscar. Oscar's a little guy compared to Canelo. Canelo's a bull, big bull. But they've been sparring, man. So all these things, and I reiterate, please listen. I've said this about Ryan Garcia. I said that I think Ryan Garcia is going to give new tools and bring some new things out in the ring because, in the lead up to the Campbell fight, because he's training under Eddie Reynoso. But there's a big distinction, guys. Please listen. There's a big distinction between Oscar and Ryan. Oscar's a vet. Oscar is a seasoned professional fighter, bro. He's not Ryan Garcia. So I think that he is going to take heed and he's going to apply what he's learning under Canelo and Eddie Reynoso. Do you think that, Lavar? And then we'll get to Bruce.
Yes, he'll apply it. But the thing about Oscar, don't abandon your game plan. And we've seen in some of his fights where he abandoned his game plan. So mentally, he has to stay sharp, follow that game plan, because if he doesn't, Berchelt's gonna walk right through him, man. He has to stick with his game plan. Box, move, go to the body, and then the head will follow. So hopefully he does that. But if he mentally tanks, I see Berchelt stopping him in the mid to late rounds.
What you got on that, Bruce?
Yeah. We just chopped it up just a few seconds ago, and I see the same. I see it the same way. But there's a lot of intangibles in this fight too, because we have two guys who don't like to take a backward step, and he was Lavar was saying Berchelt likes to throw those uppercuts, and if you got to be careful. You throw an uppercut from the outside, man. And I've seen a lot of fighters get tagged before it got through with a left hook. So anything could happen. I'm looking forward to this fight. And what I like about it is that there's so many what ifs. It's almost like a 50-50 fight on the internet. When you go to different
Yes.
chat rooms, a lot of people are behind Valdez, and just as many are behind Berchelt. These are the fights I love, man, because you can't take your eye off the screen, man. Anything could happen. Anything could happen at any time, and this is one of the many fights this weekend I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait to chop the rest of them up too. The heavyweights are on my mind, and Adrian Broner. I just hope everything falls through this weekend, man. It's going to be a good weekend for boxing.
The thing here about Oscar also is I got to mention this also, because we're trying to get to the certain aspects in their style and game to really see who may win. Like, for example, Oscar, when you go back to other fights, he can use the ring well. He can use the ring. He uses his feet. So now my question to you, Lavar, and then we'll go to Bruce. This is just one question that I have to see how we can pan out. Someone's phone's ringing.
Yeah, mine is. I got to step off for 1 second here.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So Lavar, question for you, okay? Have you seen Berchelt? Because I haven't much. Maybe I'm wrong. Have you seen Berchelt? Because he like you said, he has the reach, he has height. He's not a short guy. He's not too short, really. So in other fights, does he use his distance?
Some fights, yes, he does use his distance, but then there are some fights that he didn't use his distance,
right.
And he ended up paying for it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not counting out Oscar Valdez. I don't want, because there's some people out here are saying that he's being he's pretty much
like
they're
the
throwing him to the wolves.
Yeah.
Like right. We got to respect this man, because this man has power too, and he can move. If he sticks to his game plan, he can actually win this fight. Now, as far as Berchelt, yes, like I said, there's times where he used his height. His punching power is just tremendous, bro.
Yes, it is.
Valdez, I hope that he can withstand the fire. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that when the fire is coming to him, he doesn't break mentally and physically. So now that's the key that I want to see Saturday night. Now, if he can withstand it, hey, we got a fight on our hands.
Now, the thing here is that, we do. Now, but one thing that you're talking about here, where you've seen Berchelt use his distance, and sometimes he hasn't. And when he hasn't, he's paid for it. I think that in this fight, I just think we'll see Saturday night, though. I think that Berchelt is not going to use his distance to his advantage. He's going to just go forward, man. He wants to. I just feel it. I'm not the type of guy to say I'm always right. Of course not. But because this is Mexican to Mexican, bro. That's why I feel it. Historically speaking, it's been like that, bro. When Mexican warriors go against Mexican warriors, that's how the fights go out, bro. You don't really see them using distance and, So that's what leads me to believe that Berchelt's not going to use his distance to his advantage, bro. And that's where he's going to pay. Right. That's where he's going to pay. And I think that's what's going to happen, bro. I incline, towards Oscar really punishing Berchelt in that sense. If Berchelt doesn't play it smart, I'm not saying he doesn't play it smart, because he does play it smart according to his style. But if he doesn't play it smart defensively speaking, he's going to pay with Oscar's punishment, bro. He's going to pay. I think he is, because like you're saying, if he sticks to his game plan, now that's another thing. Oscar can't get, because that's what he did with Quigg. That's what he did with Quigg. Right. He went a little bit too emotional, and he was just warring it out. If he does that, I got Berchelt beating him. I definitely got Berchelt.
And that's what I was saying. For Oscar, if Berchelt is bringing that pressure and he wants to slug, he wants to make it a brawl, Valdez can't do that. he's going to have to box, because if he does that, he's going to lose. So he's going to have to move his head, go to the body, and he's gonna move his feet. Don't try to, because we know, I love the Mexican style. I love when they brawl, but for Valdez, he can't do that, or it's going to be a short night for him.
Yes, it is, and that's the thing, that's the big disadvantage to a certain extent I see with Berchelt. The defense, the lack of defense, he's going to get clocked hard by Oscar. But on the contrary, if Oscar doesn't, fight smart with a game plan, like you're saying, and you got Eddie and Canelo, man, who has been teaching this guy, and I know, I'm almost positive, or I'm confident at least. Let's just say it like that. I'm confident Oscar's going to really stick to the game plan. I'm edging it. I'm edging it towards Oscar winning this fight. I just kind of how I see it. Bruce, what do you think about that? This question I just had with Lavar is this. Have you seen Berchelt use his distance effectively in previous fights?
I have, Berchelt is an all offensive fighter. He uses his distance. He goes inside. He goes up and he goes down. I'm impressed with his tools. I just don't see any defense there. This is going to be a fight where who's got the better chin, who's got the better stamina. It's such an even fight. All Mexican fight. I mean, all's been said about it by us. Let's just see it happen. And if I had to bet on this fight, I'd bet on Berchelt.
Ooh, nice. Lavar, who would you bet on? Yeah, you there, Lavar?
I think Lavar's mic might have went out on this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so me personally, I'm
sorry about
inclined.
that. What happened?
He's here.
A minute. What happened?
Yeah, so who would you bet on? So we're gonna do our final prediction here. Who do you got? Berchelt or Oscar?
If Valdez stays disciplined, I will go with Valdez. It's hard, man. It's a 50-50.
I know it's 50-50. I know.
If I had to choose, I have Berchelt by mid to late stoppage.
Ooh, heck yeah. And that's what I love about it. This is really hard to call. It's a hard fight to call. I got Oscar winning. Call me crazy, possibly by KO. I see it. Clocking him in the chin, catching him at the right time, because Berchelt is one of those go forward guys, keeping himself open, defense low as far as his arms. They're not going to stay low. They're not going to be high guard. He's going to come in around the mid fight, and Oscar's going to be catching him, boss, right on the chin, right on the nose, pass. Around 8, possibly a knockout. I see it like that. But it's 50-50. Heck yeah. It's 50-50, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, man, we got to get going, man. I got to get going at least, you know what I'm saying? ASAP Sam says here, whoever wins hopefully fights Shakur. Real quick, before we go, because the comment's great. Okay. Man, this sucks, dude. Herring and Frampton is postponed now. Because Frampton got hurt in his hand. Okay, I understand that sucks, but things happen. Now, according to sources, per source, they say, right? It's going to be rescheduled in Dubai later on. Man, so this changes it. This changes the whole ramification of Shakur fighting the possible winner between Herring and Frampton, or Berchelt and Oscar. So it looks like the winner of Berchelt and Oscar is going to be more probable to fight Shakur now because of this whole Frampton thing being postponed. So ASAP, I agree with you. Shakur fighting the winner of one of these two would be phenomenal. The question is, as we see time and time again in the sport of boxing, is the winner out of these two fighters going to push for Shakur? I don't know. I really don't know, man, because Shakur is interestingly enough, Bruce said a moment ago that Berchelt is the top in the division, and he sees him beating Shakur and all these other names. I really don't know, man, because Shakur against the Berchelt, I think Shakur would outbox him. I think he would outskill him, man. But Shakur hasn't been tested. We got to be facts here, guys. Shakur hasn't been tested. Okay, that's just my humble opinion. He hasn't been tested. I mean, or do you guys think otherwise?
No, obviously he hasn't been tested. You know, it's funny because these guys can wear a world strap around their waist and they haven't been tested.
Yep.
But this is why we do it in the ring. I mean, we go over here and we chop up these fights. We analyze them the best we can. We throw our 2 cents in there. But this doesn't really add up to a hill of beans. They get in the ring and they settle the fight, and that's what satisfies us. I love this pre-fight talking, man. I just love the way we can break down fights, and everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a favorite, but it all comes to a point on Saturday night, and that's what this is all about, man. I'm looking forward to a fight, and you know, I don't have any dog in the race. I'm just telling you who I think who's going to win. But either way, I'm going to be happy to see a great Mexican brawl.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know what ASAP says. Hopefully, I just kind of see it too far down the road because unfortunately with the disappointments in the sport of boxing right now, but this is not a disappointment. Valdez and Berchelt, this is awesome. And we need more of this. We need more of this in the sport of boxing. I said it before. We've said it before in other live sessions. These guys in the lower divisions are setting the example for these guys in the higher divisions. I mean, they are. They're coming up. They're pushing these fights and they're getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to Bob, definitely. Not hats off to Bob for other things he has done, but for this, awesome. Obviously, it's easier for him to do this because they're all under Top Rank. So I mean, you know, but yeah,
we'll keep him on life support system for another year if he keeps doing this.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, hats off to him for this, and it's hard for me to see. It's hard for me to visualize the winner of this fighting Shakur. I don't know why, but it's kind of hard for me to see that. I don't know why. Yeah. So what do you think about that, Lavar? Do you think it's going to materialize after? What is your like general hypothesis? I know it's just analyzing, but it's worthy of talking about. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Do you think the winner of this fight will go and fight Shakur?
Yes. I know for a fact that Shakur, he definitely wants Berchelt so bad. He wants,
but the thing here is Shakur better want Oscar if he wins too.
Yeah, either or. Yeah,
and vice versa, right?
Vice versa, yeah. Because like I said, with this fight is a 50-50 fight. Anything can happen. There's always a puncher's chance in boxing. Now, if that does happen, you know, if Oscar does beat Berchelt, or yes, Valdez does beat Berchelt, then I think that'll be a great fight for Shakur, him and Valdez. So either way, either or, you can't go wrong with the winner of this fight fighting Shakur. Even the loser. So, like I said, you can't go wrong with either or.
Yes.
How right you are, man. How right you are. And you know the beauty part about this is too, we're talking about Berchelt versus Valdez. We're not just talking about a Canelo fight. We're not just talking about a one name fight. This is something that's sparking up in boxing, man, and it's creating a spark. And like I said, all over the world, there's dozens and dozens of different opinions, and I've been listening to them, and I agree with a lot of them, and that's why I want to see this fight. A lot of very, very knowledgeable boxing heads, I guess we call them, are going with Valdez. A lot of them are going with Berchelt. They all make wonderful backings of their pick. They call them right on, and that's why it has to be settled in the ring, because it's been settled behind. In these chat rooms, we've all got our favorites, and they're ready to go in a few more days, and it'll be pedal to the metal. And I just hope none of my friends get into an accident that night.
I didn't know. Generally speaking, the boxing community has a 50-50. I didn't know that because there's too many freaking platforms out there for me to even keep up with. So I mean, I didn't know that. I had no idea. I mean, so
yeah,
cool.
I bop in all over the place just to show my support on these channels, and I listen to almost every channel that I can find out there that has something to do with boxing. And I know there's all kind of wars going on out there, and there's all kind of, but that's not what I'm here for. That's not what your channel is about, Renee. Which is a beautiful thing. But there's a lot of division out there. But there's also division that can be talked rationally on a platform where there are other platforms where if you go against a fighter, man,
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no rationalism.
oh, you're blackballed, you're blocked, you're put in timeout. It's like a children's game, and I'm through with those games. I don't play children's games, man. I don't get in arguments with people that I can't see their face, and I have nothing against them. And other people, these people, they want to kill each other. They're talking guns, and they're talking, oh, they're so crazy.
My God.
I said this before, Bruce. This is a reality, man.
I said this before, Bruce, with LaVar. We were chopping it up. I don't remember if it was backstage. Yeah, I think it was backstage. Before we went live, I said, you know what? Sooner or later, keep an eye open, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not the platform for that. So hopefully we're going to be cool with this. But sooner or later, you guys are going to see, man. I don't know. I'm not. But I according to how things are going, YouTube is going to start laying the law down, man. They're going to start cutting channels. They're going to start, because they're going to catch up with all this. What's going on, man? Twitter, they've done it. Twitter blocks people because of, they block. So these channels that do this kind of stuff, they better get their head in the game, and they got to clean up what they're doing, man, because I wouldn't be surprised if something happens outside of YouTube between these guys, and YouTube gets a wind of it and says, you know what, enough is enough, and they're going to start putting more, they're going to get stricter, man. It possibly may happen, man, because it's just going haywire, man. So this fight that's a good point, ASAP. This fight is being made because nobody's arguing. Good point.
Yep. Facts.
Yep. And this is what true fighters should do. I mean, it is what it is. These guys, Berchelt and Oscar, are doing what legendary fighters did in the golden era of fighting. That's what's right. That's what ASAP, you're 100 on that. Facts. That's what the Roberto Duran's did. That's what the Sugar Ray Leonards did. That's what the Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. did. That's what the list goes on and on, ladies and gentlemen. There's a select few out there still that are doing it how it should be done. Yeah,
there are, man. And I just want to drop a little gem in here that, Curtis was telling us about Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta. The rematch was 21 days later after Sugar Ray beat LaMotta in the first fight. I was going a little bit deeper on that, and between those 3 weeks, Sugar Ray Robinson fought another fighter. In fact, there was a local fighter here from Massachusetts named Freddie Cabral at the Boston Garden, and then he fought LaMotta. So within 21 days, he fought 3 times. Can you imagine that, man? That blows my mind, man. 3 times in 21 days, top-level opposition. And these guys are crying about fighting twice a year.
Yep, and I reiterate, man, hats off to Valdez and Berchelt, because I think that's the case, what ASAP's saying. It's being made, and they're not fussing and fighting about.
No, they're fighting for name. And,
yes,
they're fighting for fame. They're not fighting for money.
Yes, sir. What you got on that, LaVar?
Hey, and
go ahead.
I don't mean to cut y'all off, but right now you have Jamal Charlos. He's live on IG right now talking to Ellie Setback, and guess what he's doing, Renee?
Oh my gosh, tell us.
He's eating. So
yeah, you just said it earlier, LaVar.
I told you. Now he stepped away from the restaurant and he's conducting an interview with Ellie Setback, but it's like they want to fight Triple G. Triple G's old. Come on.
They said that? Oh my gosh, dude.
But anyway, back on Saturday's fight, man. It's gonna be great. And they're right. They're not fussing about money. And I can tell you, I've seen it was almost like 24/7 with Berchelt and Valdez this past Saturday. And I can tell you, man, Valdez, I'm not gonna lie, he's locked in, and he knows that if he wins this fight, this can be big things for him and his family. So it can go either way.
Bro, we didn't even touch upon that one either.
Yeah.
That documentary, whatever the heck they call it. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
These guys, this is gonna be amazing Saturday night.
It's gonna be amazing. Because Valdez, he was in training camp and he was able to FaceTime with his I want to say it was his grandmother and grandfather, or it could have been his parents, and they was like, hey, you're doing this for us. So he's locked in. So this is gonna be a tremendous fight.
And this is real Mexican versus Mexican. I'm talking about these guys. Oscar Valdez, he speaks English, of course, but I think that dude lives in Hermosillo, right here in Mexico, man. Berchelt also, these guys live in Mexico, so this is gonna be a traditional all-out Mexican fight, dude. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
Renee, you sound giddy about it. I love it, man. Yes,
Oh man. And I don't care, like I said, I can care less, about race, but this is gonna be an amazing traditional Mexican fight. And if it were any other race, I would say the same, but these guys ain't stepping up to the plate.
They're not. They're not. You're 100% right, man. And it goes for sure. I'm telling you, man. There's nothing wrong with Charlo fighting Benavidez because I guarantee Charlo is walking around most likely
At
170 close to 180. I guarantee it.
Yep. Facts, man. And so yeah, and I reiterate what we said before in other lives that this fight deserves limelight.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This deserves it. And unfortunately, the freaking boxing community is so tied up in, Manny and Ryan, Manny and McGregor. Who cares? Of course, we talked about it today. Of course, we talked a little bit about it today, but
we did.
But I'm saying these fights right here need more of the limelight.
This is potential fight of the year right here. This fight.
So heck yeah, man. Bruce, any last words, man? We're gonna get going. We got about 2 hours up in this. Heck yeah, love it. Any last words, Bruce?
Well, man, just I'm glad I got here in time to end it up with you guys, and I'm looking forward to a great Saturday night. I hope they don't overlap each other, but that I say that, but look at all our channels on the internet. We overlap each other too, so we don't have any right to complain. But
yep.
I'm going to make sure I get this fight, and it's on, Renee. We're going to have to talk about this next week for sure.
Definitely post-fight reaction. Heck yeah. So what you got, LaVar? Any last words?
Hey, Renee, thank you for allowing me to come on here again to talk the sport of boxing, man. I really do appreciate you. Bruce, man, I'm glad that everything is well with your friend. And, I love getting on here talking boxing with you, man. And I'm just glad that my brothers, everybody's good. Everybody's safe. For everybody in the chat, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification, and like Renee Box Young's videos. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. Stay safe during this pandemic. Make sure you wear your mask. Make sure you're constantly washing your hands, and make sure you come back and tune into the next show.
Definitely, man. Soccer Training Club. Just to leave before we go, I got Berchelt. Valdez talks good, but Nel Pastel. Oh man, come on, Soccer Training Club. It's all good, man. Yeah. So I just love it. May the best man win. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah, dude. So hey, all those who tuned in, man, those new listeners, we had new people jumping in today too. Man, you guys are all awesome. Those who have been listening since day one, awesome. All you guys, we're a community. Renee Box Young, stay safe out there. Take the hate somewhere else. Y'all know how we do it here, man. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and like. Go ahead and subscribe, man. We're doing new things here at Renee Box Young, and y'all are feeling it, and y'all are seeing it. Y'all are witnesses to how we just love the sport of boxing, man, and that's what we do here, man. As simple as that. Take that drama somewhere else, and we ain't got time for that. Life is more important than all that nonsense. So definitely, man, Bruce, Goes, LaVar, thank you guys so much for jumping in. If you guys can stay here just for about 2 more minutes right after we close this, thank you so much, everybody. Renee Boxing, stay safe out there. Peace out, family.
God bless.